Hey there, welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Brawls.
Folks, people, it's your friend Dunlap. We all need a friend these days. You can't see them. You can't touch them. You have to stay very far away from them. And that's the kind of friend I've always been. People have said that about me for years. Dunlap, you're a friend. I'd say, well, thank you. You're the kind of friend I like to stay several feet away from and who is best talked to in a car with the window half rolled up on their way somewhere else. I'm here, friends.
All I know since this pandemic started, we started talking apart from each other on the computer. All I know is my money don't go missing. I'm saving a lot of money, and I ain't spending it, so I don't know.
Why do you think that is? What happened?
I know damn well what it is. So do you. You know better than I do.
Were you misplacing it?
No.
Did maybe you were seeing some other people who of a shady character?
No.
Maybe you let some people into your life that
nobody comes in here now. Is a point. Better that way.
How's Mrs. Brawls holding up?
She's fine. I mean, it ain't a whole lot of difference to her. I go outside. We'll go out or wheel down the sidewalk, put the mask on and everything, and, so we get a little fresh air, but for the most part, it ain't a whole big, it ain't a big difference, really.
You can't leave her in there with that old man smell for days on end. You've got to get her outside.
She lived with me how many damn years? She better be used to it, I would think, by now.
It gets worse every year.
Yeah.
Whatever liniments and ointments you put on, whatever salves and goat oil you're rubbing all over yourself, it's worse.
It's working out for both of us, and you ain't got to smell me no more, and I get to hold on to my money.
All right, I'll call that even.
Yeah,
folks. Jackie goes to the drugstore. Have you ever been to the drugstore? First of all, he goes to drugstores that call themselves drugstores. Most places like a pharmacy or whatever, a damn old, CVS.
Yeah.
Jackie goes to the drugstore, and he goes to the back where the old people shop, where they got old-timey labels and like folks like peddlers bring medicines in that they cooked up in a granny clampet pot.
Oh, shut the hell up. What do you know? You ain't back there in the old section, no how. You don't know what the hell goes on back there.
You ever been in a
You'll be finding out for too long, though. You'll be finding out here for quicker than you can guess. I'll tell you that right now. Once it starts speeding up, you get past a certain age, it starts going fast. And you be right there, yeah. Blink of an eye, you be in the old section of CVS, wherever it is, Walmart, trying to find your liniment.
If you've ever been to a drugstore on an out-of-town trip and you sliced your finger open or you got cramps, whatever, diarrhea, whatever, and you're like, shit, have I got to go in this store because these people out front and they're eyeing me and everybody looks like an evil version of a Mayberry character. And you go in there and it's like even the section where new things are, it's creepy.
Yeah.
Haunted. You're like, this, it looks like KO Pectate. I guess KO Pectate should go in the old section. Shit, Jackie, maybe I'm there already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And you go back, you turn a corner, and you're in some dark shelf, and everything looks like it's from pre-World War II. And there's just stray feathers. And you're like, where am I? What is this? There's dust caked on it. And you're like, there's no way that ingesting this will make anyone feel better. It might conjure something. It might boil your blood. But this cannot be healthy. And there's old people on it, like Civil War era photos. You're like, that man is 60 years older than his wife, pictured to his left. And they want me to put this on my aching joints.
All right.
That's the kind of stuff Jackie smells like. If you dumped all that in a bucket and maybe put some homemade soap in there.
All right.
And like a fresh pelt and like smushed it with a stick and then rubbed it all over your body and you took a whiff and you'd be like, oh, Jackie Brawls. Hey, speaking of goats, a lot of people send us pictures of fancy mailboxes that Jackie hates.
Well, I don't mean to say I hate that. Just don't say the point in it. Make that for yourself. You know, just show it off. To me, is what it seems like. It just going overboard.
We got several of robot mailboxes, and we got several. One of a goat. I believe that was from Dr. Guy Lancaster sending us a mailbox.
Well, that's I will say that's one of the better ones. At least you being creative. Everybody does robot. That's easy. But you know, if it's made out of metal or whatever, put a thing on it, a light on it. It's a robot. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate all our friends out there. Go to our Twitter and look at all the fancy mailboxes that Jackie hates. And that's probably the best thing that'll happen to you in the next week, because judging by the past week, it's just horror after horror. And here we are, your podcast friends, to walk you. See, you just experienced all this. Either you're a news junkie and you're on Twitter all day and your thumb is sore from scrolling, or you're watching CNN and the Anderson Cooper or MSNBC or God forbid the Fox News, and you're seeing it. Maybe you're reading a newspaper. Maybe you're back there in that old section with the KO Pectate. We're looking at a newspaper going, look at what happened yesterday. Maybe that's how you keep up with the news, whatever. Or maybe you said, you know what, I'm taking a week off. I'm not going to subject myself to this. I'm taking a mental health week. I ain't going to pay no attention to nothing. Either way, here's me and Jackie to either walk you through trauma you just went through or to ruin whatever mental health you happen to accrue.
We don't like going through it any more than you do. I tell you that right now.
It's not good for us either.
No.
We can't start with this, Jackie. This just happened today. Big news. Everybody's going to know about this. Biden picked his VP. The Biden Harris 2020. Did you like Kamala Harris? I can't remember.
She's fine. I ain't got a problem. Well, who says that in the New York Times Watch Post says she's a bit too ambitious? Remember that? That's not too long ago. They may not want to pick her because she's ambitious.
What politician is lazy?
I don't. Yeah, they said the same thing 2016 over and over. So, Hillary Clinton grabbed for power. She's just that's everybody run for the damn president.
And let me go back to what politician is lazy. I don't mean after they get in office. I mean, what politician is not ambitious is lazy when it comes to going for it. I don't know. Even these easy jokes about politicians, they all ambitious. They all want. Even that seems like at this point, that's how Trump got in. Everybody's like, they all the same. They all the same. Let's try this guy. He seems different. Maybe there's something to public service. Maybe we've been wrong. Congress has a approval rate goes down to 2 points. That's my Jay Leno.
Yeah.
And then Trump's in office. So maybe we should. It's hard, though, Jackie. It's hard to say, politicians are great.
They ain't great. Hell, I don't know. Remember one that's great anymore. I know ones that are awful. I know which ones are crazy as hell. I know which one. That's the ones to look out for.
Again, the ones who don't really want to be president maybe are more dangerous. That was a thing where you used to be, we need somebody who don't want to be president. Just kind of drag somebody in, find some salt of the earth. You know, like a Jon Stewart movie. Find some salt of the earth, just drag them into No, people want to be maybe we need somebody who wants to be president, because Trump didn't want to be president. He doesn't want to be president now.
No.
He has no interest in being president or doing anything presidential or helping the country or not even just helping, like keeping people in the country from dying. Not interested at all. That's sort of the base qualification for being president. Just, what, would you at least not want us to die? Yeah. That's not good. So we've got to start being, we've got to start finding the good in politicians. So when it's like, yeah, it's Kamala Harris with Joe Biden, Jackie, we got to go like, yay. You got to stand up. You got to get on the feet. You got to get them hands clapping, not too hard, because I feel like you'll tear some skin off.
All right. No, she's fine. I said it's going to be her for the longest while now. I think I've said over and over again. Well, it's probably going to be, which everybody was, I think. Okay. Which, they kept us curious running, for a while. Of course, it's good to, distract your mind from any of the terrors that are, we're all undergoing at the moment.
Was it her the whole time, do you think? And they just managed to, keep us in suspense and somehow managed to keep this in the news despite Trump saying Thighland and Semites?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
If they manage to keep interest in the Biden campaign with Trump always constantly dominating the news cycles, that's pretty good. I don't know who was in charge of this.
Well, now we're going to hear every awful thing about her. He's going to be ambitious. Going to be the least of things to say about this woman. Looking forward to that.
Who was it? Trump come out and said, "Oh yeah, she called Biden a racist in the debate. She called Biden a racist."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that helps Trump to say that out loud.
This ain't going to work for him. No. Him calling anyone a racist or saying who says racist or something.
Because if the racists who like Trump hear that they've got options, I mean, that just seems like it's going to cut into his base.
That'd be like, who's racist?
Huh. This other one ain't been working out for us too good. I mean, it's funny for a little while. I just like to know that I have a choice. So get excited, Jackie. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. I mean, come on. You got to be more excited for Kamala Harris than Joe Biden. That's only got that's added value. I know there's a lot of lefties. I know there's a lot of Bernie people. I know there's a lot of Coppola. I know that there's a lot of people on Twitter mad, but I even feel like their madness is just like, well, I got to get on here and do this.
Yeah.
We all have our roles now. We've been erased from society. We don't have jobs or our health, but we have these roles that we've been forced into playing. I'm sure that everybody was like, oh, give me a break. I'm not saying she ain't done. All I'm saying is, even if you're fighting it, I think you're trying to get Trump out. You're going to do your best to I don't think that but I think you really want to get Trump out. I'm not, nobody's 100% great. Nobody's 100% great. But I know somebody who's 100% asshole.
Yep.
He's the president. It just didn't seem like there was a lot of joy in the, fucking Kamala Harris. Like those responses, it just didn't seem, but people seem genuinely excited. The people who were excited seem genuinely excited. So this is good. This is good, right, Jackie?
I ain't got no complaints about nothing. No, that's fine. Let's get to winning the damn election. You really don't have to do much. You don't have to do much, evidently, so far. It don't look good for the I don't know if anybody knows, but the president currently in power, hundreds of thousands, thousands of people are dying every day. Yeah. The economy is gone.
Yeah.
He's telling us to send all of our children out in the middle of it right now.
Yeah. Just pretend it doesn't happen. It's not happening. Everybody just pretend. Pretend we got a president. Pretend that there ain't no coronavirus. Pretend your kids won't get sick. Pretend you can go out to eat in a parking lot and fight a crow off your hamburger and everything's just going to be normal. But the government don't need to step in. Or when the government tries to, stop them. And then Trump, the president, will go sign a bunch of fake executive orders that don't mean jack shit and ain't gonna help no fucking body. Thinking he's tricking people into suing him, stopping him from giving people less money than they need. Pretend. Everything's pretend these days.
His executive order. I know it, but why do they even pay attention to this? I don't understand. He signed a piece of paper. Oh, executive order. Well, what does it mean? I don't know what it means.
Hey, sir, are you ready with your executive order? Yeah, I'll have the 12-piece with the potato wedges. Sorry.
How's that executive order going to help anybody when the sheriff's department shows up to throw them out of the house? You going to tell the deputy, whoever shows up, is that what you're going to say? Well, hell, he signed an executive order. I don't think.
I'm friends with J.D. Shellnut, chief of police.
Yeah.
I called Donald J. Trump. He signed it. I sat there and watched him. These people sitting around, they booed a reporter. It's like a wrestling audience. It's like if you can't make it in the WWE because they're all assholes who abuse their talent. And so you come back to, the high school wrestling ring when you started. You can pack that high school wrestling ring out. You got booers, got people applauding you for doing your fake signing. That's like wrestling. They sign fake things all the time. I've got your contract here, but if you sign it, like people booing him for signing it, cheering him for signing it.
Don't sign it. Don't sign it. It's a trick. It's a trick. No. Yeah.
That's how you get smashed over the head with a clipboard. At the golf club, why are people not mad at him golfing? Like, I don't give a shit about presidents golfing. We've either got to just be like, presidents are going to golf, or somebody needs to run on, I will never fucking golf.
Hey, watch your mouth, yeah.
Somebody comes up to him with some clubs, he just throws them into the ditch. Get him away from me. I ain't golfing. Like, we need to go one way or another. Just get over it. Except for Trump, because the whole thing about he is just like the worst fucking golfing. Everything bad about golf is what he is. If there's good stuff about golf, I don't know, like Bill Murray doing it. It ceases to exist with Trump. And he's in these fancy clubs, and everybody who voted for him is miserable and poor and dying. It's actually not true. A lot of rich assholes.
Those people, they're booing and cheering him. They voted for him. That's his buddies. They're all in the little old middle-aged white man just kick back against the bar, but booing, saying nothing. Yeah.
Middle class Williamson County SUVs idling in the Chick-fil-A drive-through line. Yes, a lot of people voted for him. Don't have no money. Have a lot of money. Don't have no money.
No money, yeah.
But still, you should hate golf clubs. People booing the reporters. It's crazy. It's Jackie, it's crazy. Have we ever talked about how crazy everything is on here?
I just, half the news has been him signing these. Will he sign this? Executive. Oh, good Lord. Which we know it ain't worth the money. It's nothing. And then the other thing is how he mispronounced words. What does he say?
Thighland.
Thighland, and then what's it? I can't keep up with all.
Yosemite. See, you said World War II. You got World War II.
World War II. Yeah, and they're saying, well, he did that. Yeah, I know.
He called up asked if he could be on Mount Rushmore. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's true or not, but I don't see how it's not. I mean, it's in that weird magical realism world of like, it can't be real, but how can it not be real? Like he had to have done that. I don't know what he thought was going to happen, but is it just because at whatever he happens to say, somebody has to do, they just like buzz around him like flies on cow shit, but except the cow shit comes up with terrible ideas and then the flies have to go do it to keep the shit shitty.
What?
Imagine a giant pile of cow shit.
Yeah.
And a bunch of flies buzzing around. It's like, we got to keep this shit shitty. This shit is the best thing that ever happened to us. It's ruining the pasture because it's so toxic and stupid that the pasture's dying up. But we are flies and we live in shit. So whatever this shit says for us to do, we got to at least pretend like the shit is making sense. So the shit's like, this probably can't happen. I probably shouldn't even bring it up. And then the flies are like, well, what? Just tell us. I wonder if I could get on Mount Rushmore. And the flies are like, fuck me. Don't ask me to go call. Hey, go call South Dakota. Fuck. Do you not want this shit? Do you want the shit to go away? Because this shit it's all downhill from this pile of shit. For everybody in this White House. I think I'm getting off track a little. This pile of shit is the best thing that's ever going to happen to any of us in this White House. And if you don't go call South Dakota and at least jokingly ask if we can add the President Trump shit pile to Mount Rushmore, I think I've lost the thread. But you see what I'm saying. It's important not to feel sorry for the flies because they got themselves into this.
They made it happen, making it happen, on and on.
Smashmouth, I don't know how they wound up there at that biker COVID conference.
What is it?
I don't know if I should feel sorry for Smashmouth or not. You saw them bikers in South Dakota.
Yeah, a bunch of idiots. I know, yeah.
That's half the news now. I don't know if this is news. People say that people feel. Have you seen this, Jackie? That the polls say that Americans feel less good about America than they have in years and years. Let me tell you why. Because one section of the news is how the president is killing everybody.
Yeah,
that would do it on its own. The other section of the news is about how stupid everybody is in this country. Like a big chunk of it.
Yeah.
And then another section is about how racist this country still is. Just people walking around without a mask on, not hiding their identity, being racist, asking to get a disease, voting for a guy who's killing them. That's the news. That's why people want to move to New Zealand. And hobbits.
Hobbit.
Well, those movies made it look pretty.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when you seen them, didn't you want to move to New Zealand? Wasn't that your first thought?
I can't watch those. I fall asleep halfway through them. Less than halfway. I can't.
It's like them podcasts where people lull you to sleep. It's the same thing. We did get to see Joe Biden on a bike.
The courtesy of Fox News.
So they're airing this footage, which is really just like a commercial for Biden looking fit. He did look good on that bike. Like that was the best.
He wearing that mask, half the people complain, raise holy hell, I can't breathe through this. And I'm like, he's almost 80 years old, 95 old, got the mask on, whizzing past you on the back. It just, and it's also he hiding in his basement. What else? His mind ain't working right. He just he'll hurt God. He will hurt God. Well, now he looks fit enough to hurt God, I guess. Knock the hell out of somebody.
He should only be on bicycles from now on. Like whenever you see him on a debate stage,
right out there to it.
Right out there, do a few laps, maybe pop a wheelie.
You get him and Harris on a tandem bicycle.
Yeah. And then I think he should sit down. I don't think he needs to stand up. I don't even think, you know what? I think here we show him in one of them scooters. I don't think we should be taking chances with him.
Yeah.
Like let him do something where he looks fit and is dangerous, but have people around that can grab him. And then let him sit down. He just needs to sit down. Trump doesn't look good standing.
No.
So we're not proving anything by having our old ass candidate stand up. Let him sit down. Let him sit down. Let Trump sit down. I don't give a shit. He can sit down too. Yeah. He doesn't look good sitting down. Biden can sit down like a normal human. Trump looks like an idiot sitting, standing. He cannot be. Biden can at least just kind of lean up against a post. Imagine Trump leaning up against a post.
There's some video made me laugh because it still looks awkward because, let's face it, it's still Joe Biden. Him with an old muscle car, Mustang or something, he driving around. Oh, yeah, this reminds me of when, and he looking up underneath the hood. And as silly as that look, it's still like, I cannot imagine the president in a million years don't want to. Even driving. He wouldn't know how to drive a damn car. They pull up. Remember when they used to put big trucks and fire trucks on the White House lawn so he could go sit behind the wheel? That's all he's ever done.
Pretend. It's all pretend. Speaking of pretending, Trump was going to Ohio. I don't know why. It doesn't sound like either Ohio or Trump was going to enjoy that. But Governor Mike DeWine, who is a Republican, but who was out in front of the coronavirus stuff, I believe, unless something has changed, which could change.
Yeah.
Republicans do things. They're not great at sticking to plans.
He was actually doing something unlike Tennessee governor. He was actually early on decided, well, if there's a pandemic, maybe we should do this or this. So yes, he was unique in Republic.
I am a Republican elected official, and despite that, I'm going to try to save the lives of my constituents.
Yeah.
So Trump was going to Ohio, and then news leaked out that Governor Mike DeWine tested positive for coronavirus, so he couldn't meet with the president. And then later, after the president was gone, he tested negative for COVID. Now, I know this raises a lot of questions about the accuracy of the test and
well, sure, you got that
false positives. Yeah. But I mean, come on, he was just trying to avoid having to talk to the president, right?
Oh, I'm sick. Everybody's used that excuse.
I'd love to talk to him, but I just can't.
Yep, sure enough, says right here. Let me read. Yep. Positive.
Hey, you still in town?
I got the
yeah. Shit, I was hoping y'all were still here. It turns out I'm negative. You're back in Washington. Oh man. What a crazy mix up.
I was about to head over there.
Yeah, I was hoping you were still up. Jackie, do you remember the organization called the National Rifle Association? They used to do gun stuff.
I know Charlton Heston and everything. NRA, yes. I used to be a member years and years ago.
Now, I think all they do is con people out of money so that Wayne LaPierre can buy furnishings.
What? Now, first off, New York, I don't think district attorney get up there on TV and say all this to everybody unless she got, a lot of proof. Obviously, they do. They got receipts, everything else, and all this. Of course, NRA was already fighting amongst themselves about this before New York got involved. Well, Arlie North He left because of all this. Wayne LaPierre, they're just ripping and all these NRA people thinking that, they're coming at us and all this. I just became a lifetime member. I just donated this much money. You're just buying stuff for Wayne LaPierre. How does that help you? Him going on a trip to the Bahamas or whatever the hell he's going. These days probably ain't traveling as much. But how does that help the end? Giving him more money for ripping you off. Well, that's a lot, People make a lot of money that way, evidently.
Yeah, I can't imagine how, and I don't know that anybody who would give money to the NRA feels particularly ripped off. I think if Oliver North left, that there are some people who are like, this is bullshit. It's got nothing to do with guns or gun control or kids shooting kids in school. None of the stuff that you think would matter. But I think there are some people who have woken up a little bit and been like, shit, these assholes are motherfuckers.
Hey, watch them.
But they're so good at stoking fear in the people who give them money and making them afraid that people are coming to get their guns, that the people are afraid their guns are going to get taken away. They never think anything else. They're hypnotized. All Wayne LaPierre has to do is say they're coming for your guns and snap his fingers, and then people are like, "Oh, they're coming for our guns." Like a lawyer's talking, that he's just buying chandeliers and shit with this, right? They're like, "Really?" And then Wayne LaPierre is like, "They're coming for your guns," and then they're like, "They're coming for our guns," and then they don't talk to lawyers no more.
Well, they better hope he left them a little bit of money for some lawyers, because it looked like they're going to need more than a few. Him personally.
Trump said they should just move to Texas.
Right now, I wouldn't go there. Pandemic, no, it's bad there right now.
I just stay where you're at. Everybody, just hunker down.
Yeah, even if it's bad where you're at, if long as you're staying, no need to go nowhere. Just, let's see if you can get through it.
I mean, Russia's done got a vaccine, so once the president orders us all to take it, I'm sure, that will go great.
Now, here all along, I thought they're going to come up with a vaccine, and then all these people, these backs or whatever you want to call them, I ain't taking that raise. Holy hell. I thought these crazy people would be like, I ain't taking it. But now here come Russia with a vaccine, and it's me going, well, hell, I ain't taking that.
And they'll be like, I've been on this Russia shit. I feel great. Like, the skin falling off. Yeah, no, this is perfect. Whatever this is, this medicine, it's got me fixed up about like damn, like I was getting it from the back shelf of a scary small town drugstore.
You think we're making fun being silly here, but I mean, I expect within a month or two, we're going to see shipments arriving of this out of the kindness of Putin's heart. There'll be, we'll be watching these big planes land, and here comes the first shipment of the live. They'll be wheeling it out. I mean, yeah. Trump people be first in line.
The Trump people, they will take they will not wear a mask. They will take a Russian untested vaccine, and they hate the post office. How are they going to get that vaccine? Who's going to bring it to them? They're going to have to go pick it up.
They got a ways to go. This don't make a bit of sense to me. Now, I know Republicans been wanting to come at the post office for years and years. And everybody said, how's this easy? How can they do this? I just think the forefather, when he's setting up the postal service, was such, for over the years, has been such, no one ever thought anybody would try to take it apart. But evidently you can. Because Trump's buddy fired a bunch of people not too long ago and wiping it out. Now, I just don't think his plan's going to work. I know he's just making sure he got every base covered in his crazy ass mind. Well, there ain't gonna be no mailbox unless they shut down this post office. That ain't gonna keep a lot of people from voting. I'm scared as hell of going outside at my age getting this thing, but I'm gonna put on a whatever, scuba gear, whatever it is I gotta wear. I'm gonna go vote him out. So I don't think it's gonna affect the election in any way, shape, or form. The only thing it's gonna do is a lot of people, a lot of them Trump supporters out in rural areas, can't get your medicine mailed to you, can't get this, can't get that. You just ain't going to have no post office unless, you hope Joe Biden to put it back together because, sure as hell, Trump ain't.
Old people love a post office.
Yeah.
They love to hate it. They love to monitor arrival times. They love to send you cards with $5 in it. Like, the post office is old people's life. Like, they're going to notice if this goes away. Just like Social Security. They might notice when that goes away.
Well, that's on his executive order, so I'm not counting on that happening, but unless they, can get that. What the payroll tax? Why does it wear him out about this damn payroll tax? Ain't nobody got a damn job. Payroll tax. That's what you need right now. No, they don't. They need to make sure that people ain't kick them out in the street and they need food to eat and everything else.
No, they're pretending that everybody's got a job and that everybody's got plenty of food and that the only thing keeping you from going to Old Charlie's is not that they seat you out by the dumpster, but it's that you have to, that the maskies are trying to stop people from earning a good, honest day's work in the COVID mines. It's all pretend. It's just pretend. Golf club press conferences, executive orders, coronavirus response, it's all pretend. Him being president, it's all pretend. What they tell him, you read all these articles about how it's all just like Potemkin villages. I had to look that up, but it just means they're just painting them a fake picture. Oh, yes, sir. Everything's great. Don't go back there. Don't go back there. Actually, like if you did put up a fake city, like a storefront, just flats, and he looked behind and saw his flats and go, these are great. These are great flats. How much do these cost? TikTok, that's probably fake. It's all fake.
That's the thing China made, right?
Yeah.
I don't know his computer thing. TikTok, yeah. He done more to get rid of that damn thing than he done anything about this virus. Hell, right now, the Republicans, until, he announced her name and they're all jumping her, before that, they was all, no, we have to play college football. We have to play. They were more passionate about playing damn football than they've been about saving anybody's damn life.
And it's pretend, because if you ain't got football in the fall, they're going to notice that in Alabama.
Yep.
They're going to say, I thought everything was cool.
The ones that are still living in Alabama, that is.
Yeah, the ones that are alive, and still have their vision, they can say, oh, I was going to enjoy, while I was intubated, I was hoping to enjoy some of the old gridiron. But instead, I got nothing to look at here in the ICU. Well, so now, in Tennessee, Alabama, all these Southern college states, college football states, that's when the pretend starts when they say that Trump is naked. Sorry.
Don't say, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, another term in that just, same for what he is, not naked.
Hey, but now Tennessee had a primary last week and the last Thursday. First black woman to win a major party's nomination for the Senate in Tennessee, Marquita Bradshaw. Now, it's easy to say, speaking of pretending, it's easy to say she ain't got a chance in hell. She is not going to win. This environmental justice advocate running against what's the damn idiot's name? I done forgot his name. They had the worst. They were fighting each other to say who could kiss Trump's ass the most.
I don't even want to know his damn name. To hell with him. Don't say his name.
I don't even care. Don't forget his name. Marquita Bradshaw.
Remember
That's
her
her name.
Now, look, you're right. She probably ain't going to win, but she's going to be in front of people, maybe saying some things that people haven't heard before, depending on who she's talking to at the time. And, that's how, you get a little kernel of knowledge somewhere, maybe, if you're lucky.
Wherever y'all are at, if you are listening to this, go. I don't know if you're the money. I'm not saying give money to Marquita Bradshaw. I'd never tell anybody to give money to anybody except our Patreon. But Marquita Bradshaw, go look her up. Go follow her on Twitter. Like, let's make this asshole run it against her. I literally know next to nothing about this woman, but I can tell you who's an asshole. It's that son of a bitch running against her. So go, Marquita Bradshaw. Look her up. Tweet her, retweet her. I don't know how none of that works. But you're right, Jackie. You do start turning into an old person real fast.
Yeah.
It's a damn old. Right now in Tennessee, they're having a vote to outlaw protesting, which is fun. So go. I think we retweet a lot of this on our Twitter, but there's some protesters outside the state capitol in Tennessee. They are good. The governor is bad. So they're trying to pass some laws to make it harder to protest, which is not what you want to hear about in America.
No.
That's not a thing that you expect to hear. I guess nowadays you do.
Lord knows I never did like protesting. It used to drive me crazy, but they got every right to be out there doing it. Nowadays, it's, they ought to be out there doing it. A lot's changed. You never know where you're going to wind up in the world, do you?
Russia is attacking us intelligence-wise. The report come out said Russia was it was worse in 2016.
Why would they stop doing it? Look what a bang-up job they did. Why would they slow down? All right, this is as far as we can go. No,
good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Get to work on that vaccine.
We'll get that vaccine. We're done. Then we can sit this one out. No,
you make Cannonball Run, then you make Cannonball Run 2. You don't stop. Well, you stop after that.
Yep.
The Georgia school where they kicked them kids out for taking pictures to show what a fucking sickness petri dish it was down there. It's like basically just going to school in sickness. Like, where'd you graduate from? Like, sickness. I went to COVID high. A bunch of students tested positive. How many was it?
Closed down about 9. I think it was about 9 children got it. And,
thus far.
So thus far, now they've shut it down for we'll see how long. I don't know why is this. Why football? Why they shut that down? Well, they shut that. What's going to happen? You're going to open up, get sick. They're going to shut it down. And evidently, with what the country is we're not going to close. No, sir.
No.
It don't make a damn bit of sense.
Get sick.
It's going to hear it over and over again. I'm going to get tired of I'm tired of hearing the president. I'm going to get tired of hearing about people getting sick and dying and opening and closing and over again.
We'll be lucky if we get to keep hearing about it, honestly, because I think a lot of us are just like, man, they ain't going to stop with this shit, not counting on the fact that a lot of us are going to get sick. I still think like, man, I can't believe I got to put up with this shit because I'm like, yeah, but I also could wind up in the damn hospital because of this.
In a minute. Idiot. I mean, we don't know. Yeah, in a minute. Any of us could.
You too, listener. You think you're safe. You ain't. You ain't. You been on Charlie's lately? Yeah, I figured you had. There was an article in Nashville Scene, Jackie, this week, August 6th. Why haven't we had a black woman country star by Andrea Williams? It was a really good article talking about black women singers who wanted to make it in country. It goes back, it talks to a bunch of different women, and it just kind of explores like all the different shit. And I just started thinking, what a different world we would have if country music had opened up its doors to black people in the 60s.
Yeah.
Or earlier. I mean, like if we'd never had the division, sure. But let's just say that we did, and then Charlie Pride come along. Instead of just keeping Charlie Pride as the one black guy, man, in country music, we could have just had this inclusive like uniting music. Country music, instead of something that they put in movies coming out of trucks when they're like chasing people, it could have been something that brought the country together. The whole history of America post 1960s, if the people that run the Nashville record labels had let the black people come on and sing country music, not force them to. There were, read the article, and people wanted to. The whole world would be different. A different world. The entire earth would be different. And Nashville did it. That's my new theory.
But they didn't do it.
They did not do it. No, I'm just saying, if we're looking for somebody else to blame, I don't know if any of this is in like, I don't know, Nixon land. Maybe a brand new theory I just come up with after reading Andrea Williams' article.
Well,
it just seems like it's more than just, it just feels like the political repercussions of black people on country radio in the South would have done a lot.
And it probably would have been a lot of really good new country music we've been deprived of, just the music in itself.
At the least.
Yeah, at the least.
At the least. I guess I have one more thing that I'm disappointed about this week, Jackie.
One more?
I'd been looking forward to doing something. We were going to record this podcast earlier over the weekend. I was like, I cannot wait to get Jackie on this podcast so that I can just read him the lyrics to WAP.
What is it?
By Cardi B.
Oh.
And Megan Thee Stallion.
What is it?
Cardi B. I'm just going to read the lyrics, and the song's called WAP. I was just going to read the lyrics, and then Ben Shapiro did it, and like a lot of things, he just ruined it. He just ruined it. He ruined what I was going to do. Now I don't even feel like telling you that the song is called Wet Ass Pussy. It just feels like...
All right, I don't care anything about it. I don't want to know about it.
Fucking Ben Shapiro being like, I don't like this.
Who?
Well, wet ass pussy. But Jackie, does the fact that Ben Shapiro was mocking and tutting wet ass pussy make you like wet ass pussy more?
What are you talking about? Quit saying it over and over again. I don't know what it is. Who is it?
Cardi B. She hates Trump.
Well, all right. There's one plus in your favor, yeah.
Put this pussy right in your face, swipe your nose like a credit card.
All right, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't want to hear it.
Hop on top, I want to ride. I do a Kegel while it's inside.
What?
I mean, hey, this pussy's wet. Come take a dive. Look, come on.
You come on. I don't want to hear that on here. I don't. We're supposed to be talking about politics and the world ending and on and on.
This is political. It's women being denied their agency and their joy and a fulfilled in sexual fulfillment and taking charge of. Look, I don't want. This is what Ben Shapiro did, and now we're doing it, and I feel terror. I feel gross.
I do too. I don't want to hear it. Yes, makes me feel gross.
It ain't like this is the first song about wet ass pussy.
All right, enough.
I mean, damn old. Remember Kenny Rogers, "Love or Something Like It"?
What?
"Love or Something Like It." That was a good Kenny. When Kenny Rogers died, I rediscovered that song, which is basically just about him being in a bar.
All right.
Looking for wet ass pussy. It's
All
basically
right.
a Larry Dallas theme song.
All right.
It is grosser coming from a guy and a little disturbing. There is some things that might not fly these days, but basically, like, love or something like, it's like you could change the words to love or wet ass pussy.
All right.
Gotta hold on me.
I don't want to love or something.
Love or wet ass pussy. Gotta hold on me. Wet ass pussy.
Shut your mouth.